Welcome to Easy English by Eddie Singh, and today's discussion is completely focused on how to score better marks in English in board exam. Particularly, you all are examiners person.
Yes, sir.
One question might be in your mind that, sir, we are going to appear for board exam, and the very first day, that is 26th of February, there is English paper. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
You may have this, in mind that, sir, how to score better marks, because English is like any other subject, is a marks fetching subject. You can score 100 out of 100 in English also, 80 out of 80. Understand? So first question comes in, how to score better marks in English. Okay, English being a foreign language, it requires certain technique. Understand? Apart from having a good sound knowledge of grammar, words, vocabulary and everything, apart from having a very sound knowledge of grammar and other parts of speech, and particularly words and phrases and quotations and ideas, everything matters. But more than anything that really matters in fetching good marks is the technique of presentation. Ask, sir, what is technique of presentation?
So what is technique of
Well,
presentation?
whenever you go for, we are taking example one by one, we are coming to writing section. The first and foremost thing that a child should do in writing is to follow the right format. First, select it. What did I say? Follow the right format. That means sender's address, then down date, giving one line gap, then receiver's address, then subject, and then salutation, and then body of the letter. Body of the letter will be divided into two paragraphs. How many paragraphs? And the last final paragraph will be an appeal or a message to the audience. Message to the, that is also known as conclusion. So format. So the very first thing that we need to highlight in writing is the right format. Then second one, selection of appropriate words and phrases. Because when you are opening a letter, say for example, I'm giving one small example. You are going to write a letter of enquiry. You want to know about ABC Publication Limited, Delhi, Daryaganj, Delhi, about the number of books and CDs available for your library. Suppose you want to write to ABC Publication, asking question about whether they have got all kinds of books for library, and latest books and latest CDs, because nowadays library is having e-learning, so e-learning. So in order to enhance the capability of the children for good reading habits, we need to equip our library with all the important books for reading, as well as important CDs, so that children can log on to any e-learning sites and they can learn the books on electronically also. So the very first thing that you are going to do, that in this subject you will write enquiring regarding educational books and CDs. Enquiring. If you are writing noun, then enquiry. See, there is a word. Enquiring is verb. Enquiry is noun. Suppose you are writing noun with noun, then you write enquiry regarding educational books and CDs. That is subject. That is, then after salutation, you will just come to the opening line. Ask, sir, how to open the letter, this letter. If you want to know about whether the ABC Publication has got all the books, then you can write, I am the librarian of XYZ school, Pitampura, or any XYZ place. I came to know through the internet that you are a library, or you are a leading publisher of educational books. You are a leading publisher of educational books and CDs for children. As I have come to know about your publication, I want to know whether you are capable of sending certain books and CDs to our library. We are extremely thankful to you if you send us certain important books and CDs for our library. And then at last, paragraph, you will make a request. I request you to kindly send me the latest catalog, because without catalog you can't choose the books. Send the latest catalog along with the updated price list, because two things you need. Number one is catalog, the second one is price list of the educational books and the CDs available for the school children. And I would highly appreciate your effort. This language you will keep intact in all the letters. Last line. I will highly appreciate if you kindly provide us the appropriate discount. Appropriate? If you are putting any order of books to the publication, or any kind of, letter that is placing order, you must write at last that I would highly appreciate, or I will appreciate highly your effort if you kindly provide us appropriate discount on all these items. All these, this is a closing line. And looking forward to receiving your consignment, receiving your thanking you in the left hand side yours. So this is yours sincerely and yours truly. This is one way. Now you ask, sir, in case of letter to editor, what will be the best way to start the letter? Ask. See, while dealing with the letter to editor, you may write, I deem it my pleasure to express my views on certain topics that has come into the newspaper, or that have come into the newspaper. I deem it my pleasure to share my views on one of the burning topics. I feel it myself privileged to highlight certain points through your newspaper. I would like to share my views and recommend the ideas given in your article dated so and so. Dated? So, selecting words, always appealing, always humble, and always, suitable and appropriate. Suitable and first thing. Then you ask a second thing, while we are dealing with the writing section like a story, what should we do to make the story creative and creative and thought-provoking? Ask. While writing stories, always keep in mind the outline given has got certain, clue that will give you the idea of a message. If a story begins with a clue, you must think of positive message, never negative message. Say, for example, ask, sir, what kind of question you are dealing with. Let us say, if you have a letter, let us say whose highlight is like that. There is a story that a kingdom attacked, ruin for life, takes center, all hope lost, notices a spider. See, this clearly suggests that there was a king long ago who was very much disappointed with his failure. There was a king, don't give the name, that long ago there lived a king in a kingdom. He was repeatedly defeated by his enemies. Having been defeated several times, he got disheartened. Say like that. Having been defeated several times, he got disheartened. And he almost lost hope of winning the battle. One day he was sitting quite disappointed in his room. His room was little, wide and high. The ceiling was quite high. Suddenly his eyes struck on the ceiling of the wall. He saw a spider crawling on the wall. The spider was trying to climb on the ceiling and was again and again falling. Several times the spider fell, but eventually he climbed the ceiling. So after repeated falling, the spider eventually climbed the ceiling. This inspired the king about his defeat, and he just decided that once more he will fight the battle. And this time he took all determination to prepare his army to face all the eventuality. This time he organized his army in a better way, trained all his soldiers in a better way, and led them to victory. This time he defeated his army, which was dauntless. So this determination, this idea that he received from the spider, that after repeated falling, the spider didn't give up. It went on climbing and eventually climbed the ceiling. So this really inspired the king, and he eventually, made a success in his battle. So where there is will, there is a way. One message. The message of the story is, where there is will, there is way. Another message is that patience and perseverance. Select. Patience and perseverance can overcome mountains. So giving the message in a very clear and appropriate manner, because this story highlights the importance of patience and perseverance. Said we should never give up. We should have patience. This is an idea about a small story that we create. Am I right? So whenever you see the outline, don't bother what is written in the outline. Bother about what ideas and message you are going to inculcate through those lines. Am I right? Once you decide the message that you are going to give this message that where there is will, there is way, or patience and perseverance can overcome mountain, accordingly you will think of creating this story in a very thoughtful way. And there are three elements in a story. One is appropriate words and phrases. Another one is simple past tense. Always use simple past tense. And third one is the very important, that is message in the story. Message in the
Story.
always inculcate. Say like that. Always inculcate a message in a stories. That will be better. That will be
Better.
so. Today these are some tips and techniques of scoring better marks. Scoring.
Better marks.
Thank you. I am sure this will help all the board examinees in fetching good marks. Fetching?
Good marks.
Thanks a lot.